na nadagdagan ang mga barko ng China na nahihimasok sa ating West Philippine Sea. At makakapanayam natin ngayon si spokesman Admiral Roy Trinidad. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Thank you for your
sa mga
time, sir.
sumusubaybay kay Jario sa kanyang programa, good morning to everybody.
Okay, at kasama po rin natin si Miss Relza ngayon. Live na tayo, sir. Sir, ang ulat ninyo ay 203 vessels ang natagpuan, ang nabilang ninyo na Chinese, ano? Na, sa loob lang ng hanggang September 2. At ito ay nadagdagan ng 40 mula sa dating count na 163.
Yes, sir. The total for the week ending Tuesday, last Tuesday.
So every week po kayo. Every week po kayo nagbibilang nito, sir?
Yes, sir. We monitor this on a weekly basis. Bagamat pwede naman na but just to give it a periodic report. We do it every Tuesday kasi yun naman ang press conference sa GHQ sa Camp Aguinaldo. I
see. Para ma-submit nyo rin doon. At paano po nakikita ino? Natitiklo? By satellite or yung National Coast Watch natin? Or yung mga patrol boats and patrol aircraft natin? O lahat? All of these various means, sir?
Yes, sir. All the various means, sir. We call that the all-source monitoring. So, without going into details kung ano itong mga ito,
yes, sir.
It is, we get all the reports that we could from different sources and then we tabulate.
May breakdown po kayo, no? Nitong 203 na pumasok ngayon sa loob lang ng isang linggo sa ating karagatan na tatlong klase po ito, no? Am I right? Merong Navy mismo ng China, tapos merong civilian Coast Guard kunwari, no? Although pare-pareho nagre-report ito sa Communist Party Central Military Commission nila, at meron ding nila, no, yung maritime militia, na kunwari mga mangingisda, ano po.
For this time, sir, meron tayo nakitang namataan na dalawang research vessel.
Chinese research vessels din,
Yeah, isa sa Baho de Masinloc at isa naman ay sa Rizal Reef.
Saan po? Sa Rizal?
Rizal Reef Detachment. Yung pinaka-southernmost detachment natin. We have 9 features. Yung Rizal Reef, ito yung pinakamababa.
Yun yung Commodore din, ano? Commodore Reef, yung international name po ng Rizal. Okay. Ano po ang ginagawa ng research vessels na ito?
Ito, based on our tracking ng kanyang track. Minsan dire-diretso, minsan zigzag. Minsan naman naka-lying to lang. When we say lying to, in Navy parlance, hindi siya gumagalaw. Nandun lang. So kung ano activity niya, we could only surmise na what they are doing.
Ano ba ang meron doon sa panatag na gusto pa nilang i-research, sir?
If we look at the entire West Philippine Sea,
yes, sir,
from Ayungin Shoal, if we move towards mainland Palawan, around 50 nautical miles, more or less, from Ayungin Shoal, eastward, yun yung Sabina or Escoda. And if we, from that shoal, if we go upwards, ano na yan, Reed Bank. So, most likely, ito ay part ng part ng effort nila to slowly creep into our territory.
Kasi yung Reed Bank, oil and gas, ano po yan, ano?
Yes, a lot of oil and gas deposits.
So yun, ang isa nilang, yun naman sa Rizal Reef, southernmost naman.
Wala naman tayong report doon of any natural deposits. Bagamat we could not discount that. But yun naman ay, noon pa man, ay meron tayong detachment doon, which we maintain.
Pero bakit sila magre-research din naman doon, sir? Kung sakali.
Yung research vessel naman nila, we have noticed them almost all over the country. Sometimes sa East Coast, sometimes sa West Coast. If you recall, sir, 2 or 3 months ago, yung Shenku. Sa East Coast naman yun nag-ano.
Sa Bicol and Samar area naman po yun, ano?
Yes, sir.
So ilan po itong, yung sinasabi niyo palang 203, sir, hindi lang sa West Philippine Sea ito, hanggang doon po sa Philippine o Benham Rice?
No, sir. This is only for the West Philippine Sea.
Okay.
We include Baho de Masinloc sa ating monitoring.
Okay. Ngayon, at ano po ito, ilan po ang China Coast Guard, ang Chinese Navy tsaka Coast Guard dito, sir? Sa 203?
12 ang PLA Navy, 24 ang Coast Guard. Pinakamarami of those 12 would be in Sabina. They have 9. And then Pag-asa 1, Ayungin 1, Baho de Masinloc 1.
Okay.
That's for the PLA Navy.
Bali, saan yung tigi-tigi sa Pag-asa, sa Baho de Masinloc or Scarborough, tsaka saan po yung
And Ayungin. Ayungin.
Okay. Ano po itong mga klase ng naval vessels po na ito? Malalaki
ito yung mga warships nila. Yeah, malalaki ito. May mga different configurations naman ito. Iba't ibang nila. Types of warship, frigates or corvettes.
Frigates or corvettes po. At yun naman pong 24 na China Coast Guard vessels, mas malalaki po ito, mga cutter.
Hindi lahat mas malaki kaysa mga PLA Navy. But there are, yung luma nilang mga PLA Navy ships were painted white. And then they retain the main gun sa harapan, yung main armament niya.
Bali may kanyon pa rin sa harap.
May kanyon pa rin sa harapan.
Ilan po ang kanyon sa harapan?
Usually, ang makita lang sa Coast Guard nila, may isa. Yung main gun, kung tawagin na main gun sa harapan.
Nakalabas po ito, kitang-kita.
Yes, nakikita yan sa labas. Yung iba naman kasi, yung mga ibang weapon system, like let's say missile system, nakalubog naman sa deck yan. It's below deck, so we could not see, we could not know.
Ano po ito? Mga machine gun naman po ito?
Yung main gun nila is usually automatic cannon, 175mm, depende sa caliber. But most likely, main gun is usually 75mm or higher.
Tapos may mga backup pa yan, ng mga machine guns, on deck, tsaka below deck, ganun po ba?
Yeah, on deck sa labas, may mga machine guns yan. Yun naman ang usually, pag mga Coast Guard vessels, sa atin o sa US, mga machine guns. Sa US, they have a main gun up sa harapan, pero hindi sinlaki ng 75mm ng Chinese Coast Guard.
Mas maliit lang yung sa US.
Mas maliit. If I'm not mistaken, 57mm lang.
Yung ating mga Coast Guard po ba, meron ding mga ganyong kanyon?
Yung ating Coast Guard, hindi ganong kalalaki. I have to check on the exact caliber type ng ating main gun. Oo. Sapagkat ang Coast Guard naman worldwide are for safety of life at sea and maritime law enforcement. Pero hindi naman natin ito in-expect na they will engage ship to ship in naval combat, naval warfare.
China po ang may gano'n. China lang ba ang ganyan merong kanyon, ang Coast Guard, na civilian lang?
Yes, China lang. Sapagkat if we realize yung Coast Guard nila, bago lang ito. And before they could manufacture or develop all those ships, ang ginawa nila, yung mga luma nilang Navy warships, pininturahan ng puti. And then they call it the Coast Guard.
Ngayon, so all the rest po ito naman ay maritime militia nila, no? Ito yung mga steel na mga bakal, no, na trawlers, malalaki rin na mga pangisda ito, pero armado rin sila, sir.
Yes, yung ating mga nakikita sa mga maritime militia, wala naka-display na armas. Sapagkat ito ay mga fishing trawlers, medyo malapad yung beam niya. When we say beam, that is from left to right, across. Malapad siya, steel hulled. Yung harapan may patusok na mga metals. And in times of conflict, this could be used as enablers or multipliers for the regular Navy.
Pambangga po yung dagat. Yung sinasabi niyo po, may patusok na pambangga, ganun po ba?
Yes, patusok na pambangga sa harapan.
Legal po ba yon sa international navigation and maritime laws, sir?
Actually, ang umpisa nito, sir, we call them part of the gray zone activities kasi neither black, neither white. But today, we call them illegal. Hindi na ito gray zone actions or activities. These are now illegal activities within our EEZ. Hindi yan allowed na usually kung may fishing trawler ka, hindi naman kailangan mayroong patusok sa harapan na it could be used for offensive purposes.
Bakit ka maglalagay naman ng patusok sa harapan kung hindi pang offensive?
Yeah, common sense, sir, because in times of conflict, the maritime militia would take instructions from the Chinese Military Commission.
Yun nga ang nakakapagtaka sa kanila, dinideny nila, pero may website po na sarili yung China Maritime Militia na yun. May website, tapos dinideny nila na may ganon. Pero sabi rin doon sa website na nagre-report din yun sa People's Liberation Army Navy, parang yung Coast Guard din nila, lahat nagre-report sa military arm. Tapos yung People's Liberation Army nagre-report naman sa Central Military Commission ng China Communist Party. Nagmamaang-maangan pa kunwari sa pampropaganda nila, pero nasa mga website naman nila
Yes, sir. Kaya kung makita natin, sir, yung bawat action nila na we call them ICAD, illegal, presence, coercive, and aggressive actions, there's always a corresponding deceptive message. Bawat magawa nilang mali.
Illegal?
ICAD, illegal, coercive, aggressive, and deceptive. Illegal yung presence. Coercive and aggressive yung action. Deceptive yung messaging.
I see. Apat na tutumbok lahat. Ngayon, eto pong 203 na ito, bali, nakatutok sila sa lahat ng features natin, sir. Lumalabas sa West Philippine Sea. Mula sa pag-asa.
No, sir. Sa ating monitoring, etong 203, prevalent sila sa Baho ni Masinloc, Ayungin, Pag-asa, and Sabina. To include 1 MMV sa Kota and 36 sa Iroquois Reef.
Sa Razul or Iroquois. Doon po sa yung malayo-layo po, yung Julian Felipe. Doon sa
Julian Felipe, sa ating monitoring, walang any type of vessel. Pati sa Patag, Panatalawak, Likas, Kota.
Bakit po? Hindi na nangingisda ron dahil nilaspag na nila o malikot ang ngayon? Dahil habagat malikot sa West Philippine Sea.
Etong nabanggit ko, Parola, Likas, Lawak, Panata, Patag, these are all in the north and northeastern part of Ayungin. Right now, ang focus nila is sa Ayungin and east of Ayungin, which is Sabina. And of course, yung Baho ni Masinloc sa taas. Ano yan?
Kailan po sila, Admiral Roy, kailan po sila nagsimulang dumagsa dito ng ganito karami? From 163, ngayon 203. Kailan po naging ganito, sir?
We started monitoring this and reporting this when I started my function as the spokesperson of the Navy for the West Philippine Sea last February. So nakita natin doon, if we plot the presence and the numbers for the past 6 months, makita natin na a fairly good number would be from 115 to 120, 125. Yun ang average nila for the past 6 months. And then may spike yan. Ang pinakamataas so far was 153, I think 3 months ago. And then it will go down again to the 120, 120 level. Last week, 163. This week, and the other week was 153. Ending last Tuesday was 203, the highest ever recorded for this year.
Pero nagsimula po dumagsa ng ganito, kanyo mga 3 months ago, that's about June, ano po? Sir, yun din po yung, nung June kasi nila, sinimulan din i-implement itong, yung bagong patakaran daw ng Communist Party.
June 15.
June 15 po, na pinaa-aresto po nila ang mga tawag nila dayuhan sa South China Sea, mga unauthorized na dayuhan. That means, pati mga Pilipino, pa-aresto nila sa sarili nating karagatan, West Philippine Sea, na sinasakop ng South China Sea na inaangkin nila, sir. Bali lumalabas simula noong June, sir.
Yes, that is yung sinabi ng implementation ng Coast Guard law nila, umpisahan nila manghuli. Ending June 15. And they started this after an incident sa Baho ni Masinloc. Pero hindi lamang tayo ang concerned nito. The other maritime ASEAN states are also concerned, to include Taiwan. Taiwan, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, even Indonesia.
Nakakaranas din silang ng ganitong mas marami pong mga sasakyan pandagat.
I have to check on the numbers of those within the respective EEZs. Pero kamakailan lamang, kung mapansin niyo sir, yung Malaysia, they gave a statement that yung kanang exploration will continue in spite of the Chinese protest. So I read this as lumalakas ang loob nila dahil sa ginagawa natin.
Pero ang China namasok din sa karagatan ng Japan itong nakaraang linggo, 2 beses po Kaya binalaan din sila ng Japan.
Yes sir, actually sa Japan mas doon. Kumbaga it's more of on a higher level, mas brinksmanship doon sapagkat mas madalas ang gray ship nila doon. And they activate the fire control mechanisms, fire control systems to illuminate Japanese warships. Yung fire control, in times of crisis or war, that's already a hostile intent.
Ano pong ibig sabihin ba nun fire control?
Kumbaga, before I fire any modern weapon on you, I have to acquire the target. When I acquire the target, I own my systems to acquire the target, radars and other systems. Pag na-lock on ka, all it takes is a push of a button to fire a missile or a command to fire a gun, a main gun. So kumbaga sa ano natin, sa local parlance natin, pag inangat mo yung baril at sinipat mo sa scope. Yun.
So ganun po ang ganun ang ginagawa ng Chinese Navy sa Japanese Navy ngayon.
There has been an incident in the past na ginawa nila yon. They illuminated a warship of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force ng kanilang fire control system.
At ganun din yung ginawa sa atin noong 2019 ba yon, sa isang Philippine Navy patrol na galing sa Malampaya.
Yes, I have to check on the details of that, sir.
Tinutukan din ng ganun na nag-lock din po nag-lock in na yung weapons system nila doon sa barko natin ng Navy.
Yeah, I think I recall na years ago may ganung incident tayo.
Hindi pa nauulit ito.
So far, wala pa tayong recorded na naulit yan, sir.
So, ano po ang intensyon at nagdumadag sana ang Chinese Navy, Coast Guard, tsaka Maritime Militia ngayon dito?
If we notice, sir, for the past month, meron tayong more attention given to Sabina or Escoda because of the report of crash corals, piled up of crash corals. And then, just to ensure that hindi ito man-made, we, Western Command, escalated yung ating presence, yung ating patrolya. Surface patrol and air surveillance flights, pati yung Coast Guard. And then, to ensure talaga na inupuan ng Coast Guard at yung barko para hindi na ma-affected masyado ng drift ng current, nag-angkla. And yung messaging naman ng Chinese Communist Party, yung Chinese Coast Guard, is that we intend to run aground another ship sa Sabina or Escoda.
Pero nakapaligid sila ron. 71 vessels po ngayon yung nakapaligid ngayon sa Escoda or Sabina Shoal. Nag-iisa yung barko natin na binangga pa, nitong Sabado, yung flagship ng Philippine Coast Guard, Teresa Magbanwa. So ano po ang sitwasyon doon? Nagsisimula na ba sila mag-reclamation na naman dyan? Aagawin na nila yung Escoda, sir?
Hindi naman, sir, sapagkat if there will be any reclamation activities, malalaman natin yan. And then, this could be another reason for further action by the government. Without discounting, probably another case to be filed sa UN. And China has been very vocal about this, and even their scholars would say that they could not afford to have another case filed against them that they would lose at the UN. It will incur more reputational cost sa kanila. Pero yung actions nila sa baba do not seem to align with that fear of them na baka makasuhan sila uli.
Kasi ang action nila naman dito sa baba ay militar.
Nagpapatuloy. Yeah, nagpapatuloy pa rin
Paano po yun? Kasi pag naagaw nila yan, hindi na natin mababawi. Parang nang naganap doon sa Panatag, Scarborough Shoal noong 2012.
Yes, pag naumpisa. Pero we will not let it reach that point. We have the Transparency Initiative. That's why we would like to monitor closely. Any sign of excavation or reclamation, we bring it out.
Yung pong offer po, kwenta offer po ito ng US Indo-Pacific Command, si Admiral Samuel Paparo, na pwede siyang mag-escort. Handa po bang tanggapin ng Philippine Navy ito na makipag-escort ang Navy, ang dalawang Navy po para patrolyahan at mag rotation and troop rotation and resupply, sir?
Yeah, we welcome that offer from our ally. I mentioned before that all options are on the planning table. And if the leadership would so decide, then we are ready to implement.
Opo. Nakakwentuhan din kasi namin dito si General General Ed Adan, o bagamat Army naman siya, hindi po Navy, Ang sinasabi niya kasi bilang naging siya, Executive Director ng Visiting Forces Agreement, kaya kabisado niya rin po yung mga ganitong arrangements, at ang sinasabi niya, kung kung tatanggap tayo ng escort, magiging kwenta parang joint patrols na rin yan, at hindi lang yan minsan na hindi naman pwedeng gawin daw dyan sige, escortan mo ko ngayong linggong ito, next week wala na, tapos 2 weeks from now, sige, escortan mo ko ulit. Kundi magiging parang may arrangement po ito kasi magdadala ng barko rito ang mga allies natin, hindi lang po Amerika, halimbawa, manggagaling ang pinakamalapit na base daw po ng Amerika kasi rito, yung Okinawa, na nasa taas lang po ng Taiwan, pero magdadala na sila ng mga barko rito, kaya kailangan din nila ng mga refueling stations dito, mga papahingahan din nila para pang matagalan tulong po ang gagawin. Handa po ba tayo sa ganon, sir?
Yes, sir. I mentioned that if the decision is made, we are prepared to receive more activities with our ally, not even only the U.S., with other partners. If they would like closer cooperation, coordination, collaboration, handa naman tayo doon. And etong US being the world superpower, marami naman siyang presence na warships in the region na hindi natin alam. Sapagkat beyond our EEZ, pwede manggaling sa Cam Ranh Base sa Vietnam. Minsan may mga nagdadak naman doon ng mga warships ng US. Pwede sa Changi Naval Base in Singapore. Yun nga lang, ang tanaw natin is only within the EEZ. So we think that pag wala sa labas, wala sila rito. Pag nasa within the EEZ, nandito sila. But the truth is, marami silang presence, not only the US actually, within the region. Right now, I think andito pa yung aircraft carrier ng Italy, yung Cavour, na nakadock sa So if you notice, sir, other Western countries have increased their presence in the Indo-Pacific region. Nagpapadala ng mga warships dito.
Pati Australia, Canada, France,
UK, yes.
At UK, Ang India, meron din po ba?
Ang India, yes, every now and then meron silang but since their presence has been already regular here, hindi na masyado na highlight natin sa mga news.
Ngayon, yung sinasabi pong kahandaan ninyo na tumanggap ng ganitong tulong, pati sa na rin po ito, hindi lang po sa dagat, kundi pati sa himpapawid, pati mga air forces po kasama na rin dito.
Yes, that is that's the objective of having exercises. If you notice, sir, we have had our Air Force has been very active in the region.
Yes.
Galing tayo sa Australia for Pitch Black, yung exercise doon. And then meron mga local exercises dito with foreign partners. Kamakailan lamang, if I'm not mistaken, with South Korea and the US. Dito locally. So itong mga exercises, they are designed to simulate an actual operation. We train as we are organized, we fight as we are trained. Sabi nga. So we would like to simulate, to train as organized. The way we're organized is the way we train. And the way we train is the way we fight. So as much as possible, all training activities should simulate a real scenario. So yun actually yung ating MMAs, the multilateral maritime activities. Ang pagkakaiba nito sa operation is that these are termed as exercises. But in the real world, it would also simulate something like this. So with the Air Force and with the Army, with the ground troops. So when I say na handa tayo, it is because we have already been exercising this particular action or activity.
Okay. Thank you very much po, Admiral, sa pagpapaliwanag niyo po nito para maintindihan po ng ating mga mamamayan din kung anong situation natin dyan at yung kahandaan po ng ating sandatahang lakas, lalo-lalo na ang ating Philippine Navy. Thank you very much po, sir.
Yes, sir. Maraming salamat, sir. And more power to you and to your show and kay Ma'am Reyna. Magandang umaga, ma'am.